wonder if it's possible to lose weight without having to give up your beloved afternoon snack. Well, if you choose healthy whole food options with a ton of protein and nutrients, snacks can in fact be an integral part of weight loss for some people. Some people find that a healthy snack is going to keep them full throughout the day, limit those unwanted cravings for unhealthy foods, and of course keeps their schmeck in check. Stick around for my top 5 delicious and healthy snacks for weight loss. What's up YouTube, it's Bella here, the lead nutritionist and recipe developer at Metabolic Living. Today I am sharing some of my all-time favorite snacks with you all. They're really low calories, high in protein, which is going to keep you satiated and strong. And of course they taste absolutely amazing. Just a little note though, before we dive in, I do want to say that although these are healthier snacks, that definitely doesn't mean that you should just go and start mindlessly snacking, eating loads and loads and loads of snacks a day. I'm really big into intuitive eating, which means listening to your body. So listen to your body. If you are hungry, maybe you've just finished a workout and you're looking for a little way to get a little bit more protein in. Maybe your body is just like, hi, feed me. And you don't have access to a full meal. Maybe you're on your way to work. These are snacks for those times. Alrighty, here we go with recipe number 1. These are my infamous cookie dough protein balls. These guys are low calorie, low carb, high protein and edible. Isn't that always the issue with cookie dough that we're forever trying to overcome, whether we can actually eat it or not? Well, you can eat these and they are delicious. So what you're going to do is very simply grab a large bowl and we're going to start off by adding half a cup of organic sprouted cashew butter. You can also use whatever nut butter you fancy here. Just make sure that it's a creamy variety and not a crunchy, unless you like the little blobbles of nuts into your balls. I just find personally that in this recipe, cashew butter is going to provide that really nice cookie dough flavor, almost like a cake batter. Next up, we're going to add 2 scoops of our protein powder. So I've said this before, I am going to be using the Metabolic Super Protein in vanilla. If you haven't heard of this protein, it's a really high quality whey protein from grass-fed, pasture-raised cows. It's also a complete amino acid profile, and my favorite part of all, it digests easily thanks to the digestive blend contained in here. So even if you're a little bit sensitive to dairy, you may find that this doesn't bother you. So pop in 2 scoops here, fabulous. And then we are going to add a 1/4 cup of coconut flour. This is a great low carb alternative here to regular flour. Now the next step is completely optional. I'm going to be using 1 tablespoon of raw honey. Feel free to omit this if you're following a ketogenic diet. I just like it. It provides a little bit extra sweetness, energy, and actually raw honey has really great antimicrobial benefits. But this recipe still works and tastes really fabulous without it. We're also going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, just again to create that delightful cookie dough flavor that we all love. So pouring that in. And then I'm also going to be adding around between 2 and 4, I'm going to start off with 3 tablespoons of unsweetened nut milk. So popping that in, I'm using almond milk today. And then of course the infamous dark chocolate chips. This is 3 tablespoons of dark chocolate chips. I actually use a Stevia sweetened brand to keep those refined sugars out of my delicious snacks. So pop that in, and then what you're going to do is grab a spoon and just stir it all together until it creates a cookie dough texture. So as you can see, it's already starting to get nice and sticky. Coconut flour is just going to absorb some of that moisture, making them really easy to roll into balls. It's going to get stiffer and stiffer. As you can see, that already is looking like a cookie dough. I guess you could, if you really fancy, just take a little spoon and spoon it straight out. Delish. Cookie dough, literally. Amazing. So, next step here, rolling it into little balls. So you can just use your hands here. I'm going to grab a plate. And then you can measure this out if you really fancy it, if I'm honest. I just kind of do it myself. So take a little bit, about 1 tablespoon of the dough, roll it into a ball and pop it on the plate. Continue to roll all of the dough into balls. You're probably going to get around 10 to 12. smells really good like cookie dough. It's really good like cookie dough. What more could you want? Mine are uneven, but that's the way I roll. That's the funny girl I am. Next step, guys, is to pop these into the fridge for about 30 minutes just to harden. Truly, you can actually, if you're peckish, just enjoy one right now. But I like to put these in the fridge. I actually store them in the fridge. Delicious texture, and they just last longer. So pop these in the fridge for about 30 minutes, and then you can tuck in and enjoy, and just quite simply go to the fridge, grab them out, and take a nice big globble of cookie dough whenever you fancy. And know that it's high in protein, low in junk, low in carbs, and actually better for your body. Enjoy. Moving on now to snack number 2, our yogurt protein berry bites. Now these little guys are an absolutely delicious protein-packed snack idea. They also make for a really great healthy dessert treat for both adults, and actually kids love these. The best part is how easy they are to make. 3 ingredients, literally 5 minutes. All you're going to do is grab a large bowl and you're going to add 1 cup of yogurt. Now you can use Greek yogurt here or dairy-free yogurt. I'm actually using an almond milk based yogurt today. Honestly, entirely your preference. Just make sure that it's unsweetened and unflavored. We don't want any added sugars or fake stuff in there at all. Next up, I'm going to add 1 big scoop of our Metabolic super protein. This is going to, of course, make our snack nice and high in protein, which is going to keep you full, which is really the point of a snack and helps prevent that mindless snacking. So I'm going to give it a little stir here. So give it a stir, make sure that the protein powder is all mixed in nicely. Beautiful. This is also going to provide some sweetness and flavour. Now what you're going to do is add in your fruit. So this is about half a cup of fruit. I really like to use blueberries in here. They're lower in sugar, higher in antioxidants. I do always buy organic here because often berries are on the Dirty Dozen list. So just pop those in and once again, stir it up nicely. Then what you guys are going to do is grab a cupcake tin like this, and then just quite simply put about 1 tablespoon into each liner. Lovely jubbly. Try and get it into the well, unlike me. You're probably going to get 9 or 10 really, to be honest. Now what you do is pop these into the freezer for 30 minutes and then quite simply bring them out and enjoy. I do have some that I prepared earlier for you guys. Here they are in a rather sexy Tupperware, sorry about that. But as you can see, they're frozen really nicely. They're almost like a delicious summery ice popsicle, I think you call them. We call them lollies in the UK. And very simply, you can just enjoy them. This has actually got some raspberries and blueberries. So yeah, enjoy, super easy, high protein, low calorie, delicious snack. All right, let's move on to something a little more savory for those of you who love that salty taste. Maybe chips are your thing. Well, our next snack is going to be a plant-based high protein powerhouse. They're my ranch roasted chickpeas. They're really, really easy to make. Again, minimal ingredients here. They are packed full of flavor and plant-based protein. And actually these are vegan, gluten-free, and really, really inexpensive. Like seriously, dollars to make. Start off by preheating your oven to a nice and toasty 450 Fahrenheit. Then what you're gonna do is grab a large bowl and you're gonna add 1 can of chickpeas. Just make sure that they've been drained and rinsed and just patted dry. Then what you're going to do is get 1 to 2 tablespoons of your oil of your choice. I'm using avocado oil here. It's a nice high heat cooking oil. And then you're going to add your ranch seasoning. So I have made my own blend here, but you can of course use a pre-mixed packet to save time. So just in case you are wondering what I put in my ranch blend, I've got 1 tablespoon of dried parsley, 1 teaspoon of dried dill, 1 teaspoon of dried chives, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and then I've got a teaspoon of Himalayan sea salt, and then just half a teaspoon of black pepper. So pour all of your seasonings in, and then just kind of give it a toss or a mix, just make sure everything is coated. I like mine really, really flavorful. Yum, it smells amazing already. I feel like I could just eat these as is. Next up, you're gonna grab a baking dish, and you're going to pour out your chickpeas onto the pan. Delish. Just kind of spread them out a little bit nicely. And then what you're going to do is roast these in the oven for 20 minutes. And then what you're going to do is you're going to turn off the oven, but leave them in there just to crisp up nicely for about 10 to 15 minutes. They are going to go really nice and crispy and crunchy and absolutely delicious. I've actually made some earlier for you guys so I can show you. Here are mine. This is about 2 cans of chickpeas with my ranch dressing on there. Really, really crunchy and crispy and a really delicious snack. I mean, literally like 30 of these are only going to be around 100 calories and they're really easy, you know, to grab and go. You can put them in lunch boxes, you can take them in little glass Tupperwares in your car whenever you need a little pick-me-up. Really healthy, really delicious, easy stuff. Egg muffins are up next. These are an excellent source of protein and healthy fats and can be enjoyed as a breakfast or as a snack option. They're also really, really versatile, so you can add whatever veggies you fancy here. It's entirely up to you. So what you're going to do is start by preheating your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Then what you're going to do is grab a large bowl and you're going to add 10 eggs in there. Yes, 10. Whisk them together. Just make sure they are all combined. Now you're going to add your veggies of choice. Throwing in some spinach there. I've also got a quarter of a yellow onion diced. Again, I lightly sauteed this prior. You can put it in raw though, it's entirely up to you. This is half a red bell pepper, again lightly sauteed. And then I've got 4 ounces of mushrooms here. I have cooked these prior. Absolutely fine to use it raw, just make sure that they're cut up really, really tiny. Mix them in nicely. Fabulous, and now you're going to add your seasoning. So I have got 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning here. I've got half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and half a teaspoon of Himalayan sea salt. Throwing all of those in also. And once again, stirring it all to combine. As I said, guys, this recipe is really, really adaptable. So feel free to truly add in any veggies of your choice here. If you aren't dairy-free, you could also add some cheese in, but I don't necessarily think they need them. You could even add some additional breakfast meats and things like that, whatever you fancy. But yeah, basically put it all in a bowl, beat it up nicely, and then grab a muffin liner like this, and just lightly grease each well. I've used avocado oil here. And then what you're going to do is place a spoonful or 2 of the mixture into each muffin liner, making sure that you get some veggies in there with each scoop. And there comes a globule of spinach. Don't worry too much if you make a mess, that's the standard around here for me. Anyway, what you're going to do now is pop these into your preheated oven and cook them for about 17 to 20 minutes or until the egg has cooked through. So I will pop mine in the oven and see you guys in a little bit. And here they are out of the oven. They are springy to the touch. They're honestly not the prettiest, but they won't be because they have all sorts of funky colours in egg. But they are absolutely delicious. They're these little nuggets, egg nuggets maybe we should call them. And you can just pop them in the Tupperware, keep them in the fridge. You can grab and go, you can eat them cold, like a cold quiche or frittata, or you can pop it in the oven to heat it up really, really easily. But they're delicious and they're packed with protein and healthy fats, so gotta make them. And last but not least, who loves popcorn? Now, what about popcorn that's really low in calories, high in fiber, and has a yummy, cheesy taste with actually no cheese at all? It's dairy-free. Our last snack is my infamous cheesy collie popcorn. All right, off we go. So what you're going to do is start by preheating the oven to a whopping 450 degrees Fahrenheit and lightly greasing a tray like this with coconut oil or avocado oil. Then what you're going to do is grab 1 large cauliflower and just break it into small little florets. The smaller the better here, you want them kind of little bite size, and place them in a large bowl like so. Then what you're going to do is add 6 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, popping in 6 tablespoons here. And then I'm also going to add my other seasoning. So I've got half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of chili powder for a little bit of heat. Feel free to scale it up or down however you fancy it. And then I've got half a teaspoon of Himalayan sea salt as well. So pouring all of those in and then just tossing and covering my cauliflower in all the seasonings, making sure it's really nice and cheesy. Okay, then what you're going to do is grab your greased baking tray and pour your cauli in. If you want it extra crispy, you can do a little drizzle of avocado oil on top here, just gets it really nice and crisp. And then what you're going to do very, very simply is pop this entire thing into the oven for 50 minutes to get it really nice and crispy. I would say between 50 and 60, again on that 450, nice high temperature. Right, look at this beautifully crisp cauliflower popcorn, really, really crunchy and delicious. And all you have to do now is tuck on in. This is seriously addicting, amazing stuff. So yummy, tastes really cheesy actually. Yum, yum, yum. Let me know in the comments below which one of these snacks you will be trying first. I would love to hear. If you enjoyed this video and are wanting more easy recipes as well as workouts and culinary tips, make sure that you subscribe to our Metabolic Living channel by using the button below. Also make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, please. Also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Pinterest. We are over at Metabolic Living and we post all sorts of fabulous new content every single day, so don't miss out. Thanks so much for stopping by. Have a wonderful day everyone, and I will see you all very, very soon in the next video. Honestly, I could just eat this entire tray, the whole thing, for myself, right now.